Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel English Speaking Asia, where I talk about different topics related to English speaking Asians all around the world, and also about English speakers who are of Caucasian Western descent who have a relationship with an Asian person. Now, one of the biggest queries which a lot of Westerners have about Asian culture is that Asians tend to be very traditional, they tend to be very narrow-minded, they tend to be very focused upon their own culture and sometimes, don't think about other cultures. So why is it that Asian families are very traditional? Why are they narrow-minded? Why are they focused upon their own culture and not very adaptable? Well, you have to look at it in this regard. If you go to a country like, say, for example, America, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, what you will find is those countries are very young countries. Like their history expands over perhaps like a couple of hundred years ago when Europeans, especially from Great Britain, came to new lands such as North America, Australia, New Zealand, and they settled on those countries. They wiped out the natives and they established their own English-speaking Western society in those countries. So therefore, that's why I say, places like Canada, America, Australia, New Zealand, they're actually very young countries, which have a very short history that expands over 100 to a couple of hundred years. Now, because of the fact that they're a young country, and often a very prosperous country, that's why individualism and having your own beliefs is very important. Unlike, say, for example, in Britain, where English actually came from, again, their history expands over thousands of years, and culture and society and beliefs have been established over those thousands of years. Now, if you look at Asian countries like, for example, China, Japan, Vietnam, the Philippines, Indonesia, those countries are homogeneous in that there's always only ever been one race and one culture, one set of beliefs that expands over thousands of years. And because of the fact that Asian cultures have a society and a set of beliefs that expands over thousands and thousands of years, those beliefs have been ingrained in the people, which is the reason why sometimes when you meet an Asian person in a Western society, like for example, a person that was born in China living in America, a Vietnamese person who was born in Vietnam living in Australia, a Japanese person who was born in Japan is living in Canada, a Korean person who was born in Korea and living in New Zealand. They may live in an English-speaking country, but they still bring their personal beliefs with them. Whereas, if, for example, if you meet an Asian person of Asian descent who was born in, say, America or Australia and lived there all of their life, then they tend to be a little bit more open-minded about individualism. So you have to remember that in an Asian country compared to a Western country, they don't have very good social services. Like, for example, here in Australia where I live, if I was to get injured or unemployed, or if I'm a single parent, or when I reach the age of, say, 65, I can live off government social security for the rest of my life. I don't have to worry about the fact that I don't have a job.